I've been making music for 10 years and I've had a lot of times when I wanted to give up. I felt frustrated, discouraged, depressed, demotivated, unworthy, all because I couldn't get the results that I wanted from music, whether that's good quality sound, good mix, sounding like my favorite artist, not finishing tracks, all that stuff. But I just couldn't give up, so I persisted through the pain, through the tears, through discomfort, and I finally got to the point where I don't struggle with anything when it comes to music. So I don't have technical problems, I don't have mindset problems, I don't feel frustrated, like defeated, and all that stuff. And also I came to the point where I'm doing music full time. I have been only making music in my life, never worked for anyone else. So I think I'm pretty lucky that I was just able to have this kind of lifestyle. So I'm making this video because I had a few conversations with my clients this week, and I wanted to talk about some mental stuff, mental challenges that I went through, and I wanted to give you some actionable steps like a system, mindset, shift your perspective on different things so you can make the whole learning process and achieving the results that you want from music easier. And welcome to my cozy kitchen studio. This is going to be a new format that I'm going to be doing for my channel, like a podcast, pep talk, raw, uncut, unedited, authentic. So we're going to be talking about mindset, lifestyle, so things related to music, but not necessarily music production tutorials. So let's get started with the point number one. Step number one, big vision. And this is where I see a lot of people struggle because they just cannot see themselves successful. They cannot paint that picture in their mind where they have achieved everything, they have the money that they want, they have the success, they have the recognition, fans, all of that stuff. And we've been programmed by society, by school system, like everything. This whole system is just fucked up, right? It's designed to make you lose in life. It's designed to install limiting beliefs into your mind, so your biological computer, right? To the point, again, when it feels just insane to think you're gonna be successful. And I went through that shit. I know how bad it feels sometimes. And the problem with this is when you don't have a clear vision in your mind, when you don't know where you want to be, how can you take action? How can you keep yourself on track? How can you be consistent with music production or like anything in life, right? So this is step number one. You need to have that vision in your mind, because when you have big goals, ambitions, vision, taking action becomes easy. The challenges and frustrations will be there, but you understand that it's just like, okay, it's fine. It's here, but it's not going to stop me. Because if you let your frustrations, limiting beliefs, all that shit stop you, like, are you actually going to be happy? Because think of like how far you want to go, and you're going to really like let the stuff that you feel right now, which is pretty much, it is not very rational. It's just like a manifestation of your limiting beliefs and stuff, right? And this also, when you don't have a vision, you end up sabotaging yourself, right? So you can ask yourself, is it really worth to feel frustrated and defeated when you have this big dream, this thing that you are working towards in your life, right? So the exercise number one that I want you, if you're really serious, right? If you're just like half-assing this video, then okay, I'll do whatever the fuck that you want to do. But I'm just speaking from my experience. If you don't have that vision, then I really encourage you to take a pen and a paper and just write, describe it, try to feel it, imagine it in your mind, paint a vivid picture, because I sometimes would visualize myself playing festivals like Tomorrowland, playing the biggest festivals like shows, whatever, just seeing myself as successful, as when, you know, I have everything that I want in my life. And that's super important. So Step number 2, and this is an interesting one. Music production is the hardest thing you'll ever learn in life. And the reason is that music production, it is not linear. It's not like learning computer science, coding, business skills. Of course, this is like not very easy sometimes to learn, right? Like if you take content marketing, sales, all that stuff. But in music, it's even more complicated because it is creative, and there are millions of different things, like we could call them gears, puzzles that you need to put together, right? Or like connect them before you become a professional music producer. And most people don't understand it. You beat yourself and you feel discouraged, you feel demotivated. When again, it is not very rational to do it this way. And the funny thing is, you're not doing anything wrong. You're learning exactly how you should be learning music production. Because learning will take you exactly how much it needed you to take. So in my case, it was, I think, just like really recently, I really got to the point where, wow, okay, I'm still learning, and it's never-ending kind of process, and I'm still gonna be learning. But I'm at the point where my brain is connected to the door, and yeah, I don't struggle. So just, I want you to understand this. It's like the hardest thing that you will ever learn in life. And I sometimes think to myself, would I be willing to, like, I'm 25 right now. I started when I was 16, almost 17, yeah, like 16 and a half or something like that. Exactly. Would I be willing to go through the same thing? I mean, probably I would, but fuck, man, that would be so tough. I would not be willing to go. So if you are in your like late 20s, your 30s, and you're still starting, like, I pray for you. Like, I pray for you. It is tough. Like, it is very, very tough to learn music production. But if you understand this, then it's just gonna make the process easier. It's just like, think of it this way. I'm learning the most challenging, like the hardest thing that I could ever learn, right? And music production, like music industry, is probably the most competitive, difficult industry to become successful in, right? So just acknowledge that, and it will be a little bit easier for you, right? Okay, the next point: ego, expectations, perfectionism, and comparison. This is the biggest one, and that's probably the biggest point and takeaway that I want you to learn from this video. You feel frustrated because you are too attached to the outcome, to those pictures, to those results that you want. All right, you expect things to take a specific amount of time when learning music. When that doesn't happen, your self-esteem suffers, right? So I'll give you an example. In 2018, I was making my first album, and I was pretty good at making ideas, but I just couldn't finish them. I would beat myself up, I would feel depressed, and I had a conversation with my dad, and we had like a little bit of, conflicts because I dropped out of college, which was the best decision, by the way. And he told me, like, son, music is not reliable, maybe you should get a job. And it shook me so hard. Like, I felt so depressed. I started doubting myself, like, is music even like the right thing for me to do? Maybe I should do something else. But then just this thought alone that, fuck, no, there's just no way I'm gonna give up on this. But back to the point, I was so attached to the idea that I needed to complete my album in a specific amount of time, or I need to achieve that pro mix, when in reality, I just wasn't ready for that, right? I was just at the point where I was learning, and sometimes you just have to understand things take time for a reason. And that's, so deep, because you can apply this to life in general. Things take time because you have to learn. And it's not like it has to take a lot of time, because the change happens when you become prepared for it, right? And it's from the spiritual perspective, if you ever study like this conscious creation, that the world is a reflection of your internal beliefs, how you see the world, how you see yourself. So that's the thing. The moment that you change, like yourself, like it's instant. The change is instant. I'm ranting a little bit, but it's just really interesting for me to think about those things. So I was expecting so much from myself that I would put like this pressure, I would put too much pressure on myself. And when I couldn't achieve that, I would just think like I'm a shitty producer. But let me give an example. If you don't make a good track today, it means I'm a bad producer, right? If I don't finish the album on this time, I'm a bad producer. Or if I can't finish a track in a specific amount of time, something is wrong with me, right? So the problem is that you attach your self-worth to the results you are getting from music. And this is the root cause of all mental suffering and overthinking. I'm going to continue with the next point, and you're going to learn how to overcome that, right? Here's the big idea. Making 10 bad tracks in a row is a neutral thing itself. Having a track with 1 million streams is also a neutral thing. So you have to train your mind to detach from external world and put focus on yourself, because again, everyone has their own journey. So by the way, if you want to take your music production skills to the next level, I have a coaching track from scratch course. It's a really good course. I just had to make that integration. I mean, no, really, it's a really good course. And if you are looking for something that will walk you through the track creation process from start to finish, it's a 5-week program. You could check more information in the comments below. So a lot of people are already getting results. Sorry, just had to do it because I'm a business. But it's authentic. Right. So don't attach yourself to the results. So don't put too much expectations on yourself. Just be neutral, like be here and now in the moment, and you'll be okay. So here's the next point. We are continuing with the same topic. Learn to enjoy the process. Results will come. You started making music because it makes you happy. So why are you putting your happiness outside? If you have a chance to make music every day, you are lucky and you have everything to be happy right now, right? And there's nothing to wait for, right? How would your life change if you had $1 million in your bank account tomorrow? If you have millions of fans, like what would you be doing differently? And just speaking from personal like experience, how I see that, how I think, my life wouldn't change a lot. Okay, maybe I would get like a bit nicer, bigger apartment. Maybe I would buy, some musical instruments, some gear, but that's it. I would still be doing music. I would still be just making YouTube videos. Maybe I would focus a little bit more on my music, but generally I would still be doing what I'm doing, right? And here's the point. So why are you so attached to these results? Why are you waiting for external things to make you happy? Oh, when I'm gonna sound like my favorite artist, I'm gonna be happy. Or when I get the pro mix, I'm gonna be happy. The problem is that you're stealing your happiness from yourself by not enjoying the present moment. Because I'm just thinking to myself, I also have those moments, not so much like in music, but like in different like areas of my life, and I'm thinking like, wow, why do I make it so complicated? I literally have everything to be happy right now. Like, I can make music, I can make videos, I can make these kind of videos, and it's just like insane to think that they can impact people, they can help people. So yeah, enjoy the process, because if you're gonna be so attached to it, it's not gonna work, and you're not gonna progress so much. Oh, and the last point, how bad do you want your dream life? How bad do you want results in music? You may feel like giving up on music sometimes, but I'm pretty sure like no one who's watching this video will give up, because you understand how important music production is for you, right? Let me ask you a question. At the end of your life, would you feel happy giving up on the thing that was important for you, right? Music production. So probably not, and neither would I. So no matter the challenges you're going through right now, you have to persist because it's always worth it. You know, when I look back at myself, I would be hating myself. I would be doubting myself if am I going to be successful with music. Like, I'm living my dream life, of course. Like, I'm trying to scale my business, help more people, make more money, grow as an artist. But you know, like, I achieved a lot of things that I didn't even think would be possible, actually. And it's pretty interesting. And another example from my life, for me, music was the only thing I wanted to do in my life. And I had the mindset when I dropped out of the college, I would rather fucking die, not be able to make music due to having some sort of 9 to 5, because I have zero education. I cannot work for a company. I cannot work like officially. So, I mean, I have my music business, but nothing. I have like zero work experience for like companies and stuff. And it's like, yeah, how bad do you want it? And for me it was, you know, there's just no other way. There's no other way. And you have to have that like one minded, like one, how the fuck do you call this? Like you get what I'm talking about, right? You have to go all in. And when you have this mindset, you cannot lose because there's no quitting. No matter what you go through, you're still gonna get what you want, like in music, right? So even thinking like, okay, if it takes me 10 years to get to that point, will I do that? Fuck yeah, I'll do that. 15, 20, like whatever. You have to be willing to sacrifice everything to go all in and just do the thing. And unfortunately, there's no easy way. And most of the times you have to do the hard shit. And there's no like magic pill to fix everything, right? So a couple of points just to summarize everything is number one, big vision. So do an exercise just one time, like on a pen, take a pen and a paper, maybe like on your computer, but better with a pen and a paper. Just write it out, right? Then you have to learn how to enjoy the process, be in the present moment, right? That's super, super important because, again, you are the only one. Like, get the fuck out of your head. You're not a bad producer if you fail. You're not a bad producer if you make 10 shitty tracks. You're not a bad producer if you cannot get that pro mix to sound like your favorite artist. Because at the end of the day, you want to do your thing. You don't want to emulate. You don't want to become fucking another I don't know, David Guetta or like Avicii. You want to become yourself. You're not trying to copy everyone. Like, all the suffering comes from this, like, comparison, fucking expectations, and, like, all the shit, which doesn't matter. All that matters is just being yourself, making music that you want. And, yeah, you just have to persist. You have to go through everything, and then you'll get the stuff, or, like, the results that you want from music. Okay, so... that's the first episode for the music podcast pep talk. I don't know how I'm gonna call this. This is just the first video, like unscripted, unedited. If you enjoyed it, just leave me a comment what you think, because I really enjoy making those talking videos. It's really fun for me to think about the mindset stuff and all of that. And if it gives value, if it motivates you, hey, like, I believe in you, you can make it. I just want to be a good example because I achieved a lot with my music, and I want to help you as well to do the same. And if you need some help with your music, you can check out my one-on-one coaching and my music production course, which is super affordable and it's going to give you amazing results. And if you want to keep learning about electronic dance music production, have some playlists for you here. Thanks for watching, my friend, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.